A lot of hobbies that people are talking about online right now don't actually fit your life. And I feel like not many people are talking about that because I believe that it's easy to scroll on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram, or insert whatever other platform that you're scrolling on. Save these hobby ideas, maybe even try a few of these hobby ideas, and then they don't stick. And that's because they were never meant or aligned to fit your life, anyways. And that's what I want to talk about in today's video. Because if you've been with me here on this 100-day journey of me showing up here daily, every day on YouTube, I talk about creativity and I talk about hobbies. I mean, I don't call them hobbies. And if this is your first time here, I'll share what I actually call them a little bit later. But I love hobbies. I love all of the things I have ever since I was a child. And I talk about my creativity and my love for creativity and how creativity is just so deep down in my bone marrow in my debut book, Release and Renew, and how my grandmother helped me create my creativity and just like all of the things. So I want to talk about today why all of those hobbies that you are trying like don't work for you. They don't work for you and they don't fit in your life. And I'm going to talk about my observations as to why. Number one, you got to stop copying these like influencer type of like you have to stop copying the influencer hobbies and what you see on TikTok or YouTube or Instagram. And what I mean by that is because it's easy to just copy what's online, but you have to be careful about that. And I know we all get sucked up into seeing someone that looks like us, seeing someone that resonates with us, or seeing them do something cool. And then immediately we go out and try it or get sucked into it. And then wonders why this doesn't fit me or work for me. And I'm going to give you an example. The example I have was like golf. Like you could put on a cute little outfit to go out golfing. Golfing might look nice, with the cute outfit, with all of the things, but you really have to think about, is golf like for you? Are you even an outdoors person? Like, is that even your lifestyle? Do you want to invest the money that it requires to go into golf? Is that even in your budget? Is that even in your personality? So like just understanding a hobby can look good, but it might not be the hobby for you. And okay, I'll get into the rest later. Point two I want to make is the aesthetics of a hobby versus the actual experience. And I think a lot of people are getting tripped up on this part because you're choosing the aesthetics of a hobby, like what it looks like, versus the actual experience of the hobby. So, for example, I'm in my little corner where I like to paint. Painting is one of my hobbies, and I do it for just complete pleasure, fun, calm, just to get out my creative juices. And when I do this, it's definitely for those reasons. But if you're picking painting because you're trying to actually become the next Picasso, like you're putting the pressure on yourself to create this Picasso piece. So when you actually sit down to paint, you get frustrated because things aren't coming out perfect or whatever the case may be, then it's just not the right fit because you're doing it for the wrong reasons. Another example is Reading at the little cute cafes, the little aesthetic, cafes where you have your latte or your matcha or what your tea or whatever it is you have, and you're in these gorgeously curated cafes reading your book. Well, do you even like reading for leisure? Do you even like reading for pleasure? Or when you actually do it, does it feel like a chore? Again, are you just trying to go to the cafe because it's aesthetically pleasing and you see the girlies on TikTok reading their books at the cafe, but when you pick up the book, dread comes over you, then that's not the hobby for you. Also, even if something like gardening. This is something that I did back in the day because when I was going through my career burnout, gardening, oh, it was so relaxing and soothing. And it's something that I did probably for 2 years straight when I was living in another house with my partner. But if you're not an outdoors person, if you're not into the time and the care and the consideration that it takes for that gardening takes, and just being in those types of environments, getting dirty, getting your hands dirty, maybe being out there sweating, if if that's not for you, then again, like, why are you doing it? You have to really think about, is this hobby aligned with you, and is it going to give you something back? Because you have to allow how the activity makes you feel in your body. Like, let your body lead you and guide you towards the hobby. And let me just also share, a real hobby gives you something back. It gives you some happiness, some joy, it's fun, some peace, some calm, some relaxation. It's not about trying to monetize it, trying to create content around it, or having this performative aspect of it. A true hobby gives you something back. And this is also why I don't call them hobbies. I personally call them creative rest practices, because I talk about rest a lot after my career burnout. I prioritize rest in all areas of my life. I said in other videos, I am a rested woman while still building a business, while still navigating a 9 to 5. Rest is something that I will always prioritize. And creative rest is one of the 7 types of rest. So the hobbies that I like to enjoy are creative rest practices, because creative rest is the practice of stepping away from the analyzing, from the problem solving, and finding ways to pour back into yourself creatively with play, with curiosity, with your imagination, with wonder, with awe, with exploration. That is creative rest. And that's what I call hobbies. I call them creative rest practices. And I have a lot of them. I like to dabble in all of the things. Like I said, since I was a kid, I have always been like an arts and crafts girl. Like, if it's arts and crafts or it's like creating something with your hands, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna at least try it once again to see how it makes me feel. So some of the activities that I like to do regularly, some of the hobbies or some of my creative rest practices are painting, and I only do it when I feel the urge to do it. As 2026 rolled in, I'm really not like a New Year's resolution type of person, but January 1st came in, and everything felt good. But on January 2nd, I was like overwhelmed with like anxiety that kind of came out of nowhere. And I don't know if it was just, the turn of a new year, because nothing was necessarily wrong. Like, I don't know if it's just the turn of a new year and like expectations that I have for myself and goals that I want to accomplish. But I just felt so anxious on that morning of January 2nd. But instead of just trying to brush it off and immediately, logging into work or getting to work or starting my day, I came right in here into my little art corner and I painted for like 45 minutes. And that just brought me a certain level of ease and calm and peace. And I'm just so thankful that I'm at this stage and redesigning my life and rebuilding my life where I know the things that work for me and that fit into my life and that provide me that level of peace and calm and fun and care. And those are the types of things that you need to be looking for when you are trying to find a new hobby. I also do cross stitching, like that's my grandma hobby, but I love it. I just love cross stitching. And again, it's something that I just pick up and put down when I feel like it. It's nothing that I'm trying to like rush to finish or rush to do. I just pick them up when I feel like it. I've also started puzzling. That's a new creative rest practice for me. It's something that I didn't expect. One day I was just browsing around the store when I had some time to waste, and I went down the aisle that had the puzzles, and I was just drawn to this puzzle, and I just picked it up. I brought it home. I let it sit for probably a few weeks before I took it out of the box. And once I started like just separating the pieces on the table, just like the level of like calm and tranquility that just came over my body. It was like, wow, I didn't think puzzling would do that. But again, not rushing to finish the puzzles, just taking my time, sorting out the pieces. It was just such a peaceful process. What else do I have? I also like to I've done pottery before. I've done jewelry making before. I've played around with what is it? It's on the tip of the Polaroid cameras, and going back to that old school style of photo taking. I've played around with that. And I've also over the last, I would say 2 years seriously, but I would say 3 years is because I don't drink alcohol. I love exploring mocktails and coming up with like mocktail recipes at home and seeing how creative I could get. Like those are the creative rest practices or the hobbies that I'm really, really exploring in this season of my life. And I also don't call these things hobbies because I want to say this out loud, because a hobby can also, if you're not careful, it can become something else that you're trying to check the box off, become a master at, become an expert at. And you have to really be careful like that. Like if you're trying to pick up, I don't know, maybe tennis or something like that, instead of you just going out there and trying to have fun with the tennis, you're so consumed about trying to be the next Venus or Serena Williams and having this perfect form and and that's just bringing more like pressure and performance and anxiety on you, when that's not the purpose of a hobby. The hobby is supposed to give you something back. So that's another reason why I don't call my creative rest practices hobbies, because if you're not careful with a hobby, they can definitely get you into that space where you're trying to do something better, you're trying to master it, you're trying to be consistent at it. And the moment becomes something that you're trying to perfect instead of it providing a level of care for you. And I also want to say too, if you don't have any hobbies, or if you don't know what hobbies or creative rest practices will work for you, that's good too. That's a part of the exploration and the curiosity and the play. And I'll say try anything once. I'm definitely like I love that. I love trying new creative things at least once. But the piece that I want to leave with you is allow your body to help you choose the practice because you want to see how it feels to you. Is it fun? Does it bring you some level of joy? Are you happy when you're doing it? Are you relaxed when you're doing it? Does it bring you some level of calm? Does it bring you some level of peace, some relief, some relaxation? Allow your body to help lead you to choosing the hobby and just get curious. Again, don't try to find like the perfect thing or follow what your favorite influencer is doing because it works for her. Again, our lives are our lives. And yes, while we can get ideas and we can take pieces from what other people are doing, ultimately, this is your life and you have to find things that work for you. And I definitely think, too, in this age where everything is so digital, I'm loving tapping into non-digital hobbies. Like I said, all of the hobbies that I named are what the girls are calling analog hobbies now. But I just wanted to have this conversation today about hobbies because I know it's a hot topic right now on the internet, but the hobbies that you're trying aren't working for you because they're not aligned with your life. And you just have to be careful when you're selecting hobbies. Allow not just the aesthetics of the hobby or what the hobby looks like, or because your favorite influencer is doing the hobby. Get curious for yourself. Again, try anything at least once, but allow your body to lead you into making that decision. And the biggest thing that I want to say is just pay attention to how it's making you feel. Are you feeling calm? Are you feeling relief? Are you feeling some type of happiness, some type of joy? Are you feeling grounded? Allow your body to help you make the choices versus the aesthetics and how it may look. And I also want to say, allow this to be something for you. While it's okay to post your hobby, but don't turn your hobby into content. It just brings on more pressure to perform, to bring in that perfectionism. Don't try to monetize it. That will strip you. I've been there. Trying to monetize a hobby will strip you of all the joy that that hobby has brought you. So I would highly recommend not to try to monetize it. Just allow it to be something for you, for yourself, that brings you some type of peace, joy, happiness. Let me know if this video resonated with you. Let me know what hobbies you're currently doing. And if you don't have any, let me know what hobbies that you're curious about trying. Let me know down in the comments and give this video a like. If you've missed any of the other videos, the conversations that I've had over this 100 days, I've dropped the playlist down in the description box. And I'm Erica Prevail. I share daily conversations helping ambitious women rework their relationship with ambition, capacity, rest, and creativity. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.